What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I got another video in our 2022 NBA Draft Player Breakdown series. Today I'm going to be going over the G League Ignite guard Dyson Daniels. He's someone who is really fun and exciting to watch. He's got a lot of upside and maybe one of the more intriguing players in this year's draft class. So it should be a good video. We'll cover his strengths, his weaknesses, where he's projected to go, all that. But more importantly, make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Dyson, his game. What do you think a good fit one for him will be? Leave all those thoughts down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So just a quick intro on Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is a 6'6" point guard who played this last year with the G League Ignite team. He's originally from Australia, but decided to make the move over to the States and play with the G League Ignite team, where he had a pretty good season. He averaged about 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists a game, and showcased a lot of potential. There's a lot to like with his game and what he does and what he can do for a team. But there's also a lot of room for him to grow, or a lot of areas where he's going to need to get better if he wants to be a pretty impactful guy at the NBA level. And so he's really intriguing. Like I said, a lot of upside with him, but just also a lot of things that he's going to have to work on. And so there's a spot for him in this year's draft. It's probably going to be end of the lottery, mid to first round, somewhere in there. But whatever team gets him is going to need to develop him, give him some time, but also give him opportunities to grow and expand his game, because I think there's a lot there for him to expand on and get better at. So now moving on to the strengths for Dyson Daniels. The first thing that I really like about Dyson, what really stands out to me, is his size at 6'6", being a point guard. I just think it offers him a ton of versatility. There's a lot of things he can do on the floor with that size, both offensively and defensively. Kind of starting with the offensive side of the ball, it allows teams to be really flexible in terms of who they play him with. They can play him with a smaller guard who's maybe a little more score-oriented than Dyson, or they can go really big with him and put another big two guard out there and present problems to teams that way offensively, just with the size they can put out there. Now, in terms of offensive skill set and what Dyson can bring to the game, he's someone who is a very unselfish point guard. He's someone who is almost looking to get the ball out of his hands and make plays for others, and at times can be almost too unselfish and not looking to score enough to keep the defense honest. But like I said, in the half court, he's someone who is looking to make the right play, can get you into an offense, can get a set organized, can kind of break down a defense and then kick it out. And that's kind of what he's looking to do offensively. In up-tempo or fast-break situations, he's someone who is looking to push the ball with the pass rather than the dribble. He'd rather get the ball up court that way than kind of dribble 94 feet himself. And so he reminds me a ton in terms of physical profile and skill set offensively to Lonzo Ball coming out of college. I think there's a lot of similarities there, and that's kind of who I think he plays like offensively. There's a lot of Lonzo Ball to him. Now, in terms of other things he can do offensively, he can be someone who has the potential to be able to score at all three levels. He's got the size to kind of get to the hoop, or if you put a smaller guy on him, he has shown at times the willingness to post up a smaller guy and score that way. He can at times get into that mid-range area and do a little bit there. And the three ball is definitely a work in progress, but I think he has the form to be a respectable shooter someday. But I think that's kind of the upside with him, is if you can mold him and get him a little more confident offensively, or can get a more aggressive mindset out of him, then I think there is a lot there offensively to like with Dyson in his game. Is he does have the physical tools to be someone who could be special on that side of the ball. It's just going to take a little more confidence, some work with him, and some development for him to get there. Now, defensively, I think that's where that size can really come into play for him. It allows him to be someone who can switch almost everything in today's NBA. It gives him some versatility in terms of being someone who can guard both guard spots, can probably slide down and guard some teams' threes if teams go a little small against them. And just overall, he has great instincts on that end of the floor. He's got quick hands. He knows how to move his feet. He can read passing lanes. And he's just overall a really solid player on that end of the floor. Now he's young, he can get beat on some stuff, he may gamble at times, but I think there's a lot to like with him defensively and the versatility that he can bring there. It's just, like I said, it's going to take some time to mold him into what you want, but I think if a team is patient with him and lets him play his game and develop, then I think there's a lot of upside for him and a lot of room for him to grow there as well. Now, in terms of weaknesses or what he's going to have to improve on to make it in this league, the big thing and the glaring thing for him is he's going to have to become a better three-point shooter. He really struggled to shoot the three ball at the G League level, shooting only 25% from three, which is just not going to cut it for a guard at today's NBA. You have to be able to shoot the ball. You have to be respectable. And right now at the moment, he's not. His form looks decent. It's something I think you can work on with, and I think it wouldn't take long for him to be a respectable three-point shooter. But at the moment, 25% is just not good enough, and he's going to have to get better at that. Other things to be concerned about with Dyson Daniels, he's not an elite level athlete, struggles to really be explosive in traffic, which can be an issue and causes him to struggle at the rim at times, especially finishing through contact. And that kind of just compounds when you can't shoot the ball, or if you can't shoot the ball. If you can't shoot the three ball and you can't finish at the rim, how are you gonna find your own offense, or how are you gonna score yourself? No matter how great you are at making your teammates better, eventually you have to find your own game or be able to impact the game yourself and score the ball. And that's just something he struggles with. And then lastly, he's a little thin right now, 195 pounds. I'm gonna have to put on some weight, but I already threw out the Lonzo Ball comparison, and Lonzo was able to put on weight, and I think Dyson should be able to do that as well, but that's just going to take time in an NBA strength program, and it's going to be something that's going to be a multi-year process, I'm guessing. Overall, Dyson Daniels is a really intriguing prospect. You combine his size at the point guard spot with kind of the unique gift he has of making teammates better. It's an intriguing prospect, someone who I think is going to have to go to the right situation and be somewhere where they let him develop and grow as a player and give him some confidence offensively, because I think eventually he's going to have to find his own offense. He can't just live on making teammates better. I think eventually you gotta be able to get your own shot off and manage the game that way as well. And so that'll be interesting to see where he goes and how he develops, but I think there's a lot of stuff there to work on, or a lot of stuff to work with, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him in his career. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Dyson Daniels' game, all that. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later.